Bring together your front and back bodice pattern to make sure that the shoulders line up. Measure the circumference of the armhole. On your pattern paper, mark out your guideline and draw another line intersecting the middle. On this vertical line, mark a third of the armhole circumference. The first intersection point should be marked A and the new point B, and draw a line running through from the one end to another. Measure half of the armhole's circumference by placing one end of the tape on point A and the other end on the line on point B, and mark this point. Repeat same for the other side. Draw a straight line from these two new points to point A. Label these two new points B1 and B2 respectively, and also label the pattern, the front side and the back side. Mark out a third of line AB1 and do same for line AB2, and label these new points CD and C1 and D1 for the back part of the pattern. On point A on the guideline, mark 3/4 of an inch on the front side and 1/2 inch towards the back part. Label these two new points A1 and A2. From point C on the front side of the pattern, move up 1/2 inch on the line and mark this new point. Also from C1, move up 1/4 inch and mark this new point C3. From point C2, move up in a diagonal manner 3/4 inch and mark this new point E. Also from C3, move up in a diagonal manner 5/8 inch and mark this point E1. Erase the points C, C1, C2 and C3. From point D, move up 1¼ and mark this new point F. Also from D1, move up 1/2 inch and mark the new point F1. Get the midpoint between B1 and D and mark this new point G. Also on the back sleeve pattern, get the midpoint between B2 and F1 and mark this new point as G1. From point G, go up 1/8 inch along the line and mark this new point G2. From G2, go down in a diagonal manner 1/2 inch and mark this point H. Also from G1, go down 3/8 inch in a diagonal manner and mark the new point H1. From points B1 and B2 at both ends, go in 1/4 of an inch respectively and mark these points. The new points will become B3 and B4. Finally, you can start joining all your points from A to A1 to E to F, H, B3, then B1 to form a curve. You can use a curve ruler and you turn it the other way to get the curve at the bottom. If you don't have a curve ruler, you can use your hands. Do the same for the back part, joining all the lines at all the points. The curve at the back part is slimmer than the one at the front side. Measure for, line B1 to B2. This should be the equivalent of your full arm circumference, with an addition of 1/2 an inch for easing or 1/4 of an inch. Also measure the length of the sleeve and mark it. This is a short sleeve, so the standard length we're using here is 12 inch. Square out this mark with a line on both sides and also mark out an additional 1 inch, and this will be your seam allowance. Once you're happy with everything, you can start cutting out your pattern. Fold back the seam allowance. Finally, you can make an adjustment of about 1/4 of an inch, but this is not compulsory. And your short sleeve pattern is ready.